What's up, guys? We're back once again, and we are going to be talking about something that we've already discussed. But due to how well my Vikings season 6 Part B did, I figure I'll go ahead and give you guys more of my final thoughts of what I thought about more about the seasons. And I'm gonna get in some questions about it, as well as whether it be on YouTube, Instagram, whatever. I figure once again I just go ahead and let you guys ask me some questions. But first off, I'm just going to go ahead and get you guys some more what I think, what personally happened during with some of this season as a whole. I think also is very interesting how they killed off some of the characters, because honestly, I thought that with Alexander Linton, who plays Bjorn, from what it looked like, is that he could have been live longer, because there was certain leaks that he had longer hair and looked older. So I don't know if that was just a rumor or just something they were kind of playing around to go, okay, hey, well, Bjorn may actually be getting older and he'll survive. And then also where I had a few people ask me, well, how's Ivor have a child? And I'm basically, my only explanation that I can give you guys that even makes sense to me is, and I'm going to give you guys the best description I can, is Ivor, unfortunately, to our knowledge, he cannot have any children. When he was with Freitas, she did sleep with somebody else. And what happened was, when she did end up being pregnant, she did claim it was Ivor's. Now, again, it could be discussed whether it was Ivor's child or not, even though, unfortunately, that child cannot walk as well. So it possibly could have been his, and maybe that's another reason why he did not want to have a child. So with, I believe it's Kemi or something like that, where we do hear that, unfortunately, she says that she's pregnant and that she wants him to leave. She wants to be with her family, and that, of course, the child will know about who his father is. Now, what's really interesting about this is that we don't know if she's telling the truth or she's lying. We really don't know if she is or if she's not. But at the same time, we also know that it is possible she could have a child. Now, again, with going back to Ivor, not being able to have, produce any children with a woman. Now, you have to look at this also. It can happen depending on different people, because look at Lagatha. She had two children. She had Bjorn and his sister, and unfortunately, she had many miscarriages afterwards, which I believe she had, I think, 6 or 7 by different men, including Ragnar. So unfortunately, she was only able to have 2 children. One of them again died. Bjorn was the only one that lived that she had, and unfortunately, that does happen, whether it been back then or in real life. So they do actually put that. So it is possible that Ivor could have had a son or a daughter at some point in his life, and they probably put that in there just for flair, as well as say, oh, okay, hey, well, guess what? Which I believe at some point Ivor did have children. I don't know if it was blood or not, but again, they took on, I guess, Ivor's name. And also with him helping Igor become king of his region, it was really interesting, because they really did change Ivor in this season with him meeting Prince Oleg and Prince Igor as well. So he really did change, and I was really impressed with how they changed his character around to make him into a more of a understanding and compassionate character, and not a ruthless, heartless person like they had him be. And again, Ivor was a very interesting character. I mean, he was a real savage most of the time, but at the same time, it was really interesting to see him turn from one way to another way, even though he was just using it to his advantage. So it was very interesting to see him, even see his brother, but 2 brothers die initially. He saw Bjorn die in front of his eyes, and he also saw, his own self die. Well, let me rephrase that. Vixik saw his, both of his brothers die in front of his eyes. He saw Bjorn die. He saw Ivor die, which is insane, because I also did not see Vixit to see what he did. I honestly thought he was going to die. I actually would prefer it if his character died. I did not think he was going to live and stay with Ivor as long as he did, as well as not only be there with him, but also see him die, and also make sure that he got a proper send-off, which I think was very interesting as well. And we also get to see, unfortunately, with Bjorn dying, and then of course Gilded killing herself because she wanted to be with Bjorn, and we also got to see, of course, with a lot of people, like I said, died during this season. And we also got to see what was really interesting was the possibility of continuing with Native Americans. Now, I'm very interested because, again, you got to think here, guys. Floki is technically the first Viking. First Viking, even though he does not consider himself really, I don't think, a Viking any longer, because the way he acted was not the Floki we remember. He was very, like, he just didn't care anymore. Because I like how he said that when he says, it doesn't matter what I think. I'm not going to get into this. And I was really interested about that because that's not the Floki we know. He was always very vocal, and he's not like that anymore. And I found that very interesting. And also, where there is a possibility with a spinoff, which I'm going to talk about in a later video, where we may, and there again, there's a heavy rumor that we may see, different children possibly dealing with the Native Americans, traveling over there. Now, again, we may see Tovi and Uba's children. Now, I'll say again, Uba is not really one of my favorite characters of Ragnar's sons. He was trying to be a wannabe Ragnar, and he just wanted to be a farmer. He wanted to explore, and unfortunately, he did not make he did not make very good decisions, because of him. Asa died, which again, it's his fault as well as Tovi's fault from bringing their children on there. Unfortunately, that was the time period that they lived in, as well as, unfortunately, they did not really pay attention to her on the boat as well. Now, also at the same time, they also made a right decision of killing who they killed because of killing, the leader Native American son, which was a right move for killing the one that killed him, as well as also trying to have an everlasting peace between not only their Viking people, but as well as the Native American people who were there first. And I also like what the character stated to Tovi, where she said, "You were welcome here, but we did not tell you you could try to possess it." And I love that because, again, that goes into a lot of history of it. Not only was Vikings that will probably try to take over this land, but also, again, later on, the Europeans. So it's very interesting of how they put that, and I'm also very curious of how this is going to be if they ever do a spinoff, which I'm going to really dive into in another video for you guys, so please look forward to that. But again, Vikings, unfortunately, is done. I loved this show very much. I'm very sad to see it go. Once again, you guys seem to enjoy my review on it. There was a lot of questions. There was a lot of love for this show. And again, I hate to see it go. But at the same time, it had a good run. And I'm very happy that it ran as long as it did. Great actors, great show, very great story. Came to a close, and hopefully we can pick it up at some point to see where these characters have probably brought back. Maybe they can bring back Vix at some point. They can bring back Uba at some point. An older Uba. Maybe Floki will still be around. Who knows? But also, some characters I was happy to see die quickly. Some I was not. I was kind of wondering how they were going to do this. But also at the same time, like I said, hopefully I answered some of your theories, some of your questions for you guys in this video, as well as what your personal thoughts are about this season. I'd personally like to know: was this your favorite season? Was this your least favorite season? What did you like? What did you dislike about part 2 or season 6 entirely? Was you just sitting here going, okay, what exactly is going to happen, or were you dissatisfied? Who was your favorite character that died? Who was your character that you wanted to live? Of course, mine was Bjorn. After seeing, of course, Lagatha killed, that really got me. And at the same time, I was very unhappy to see Bjorn die as well. But unfortunately, that does happen. So, like I said, guys, let me know what you guys think about this. What did you guys like from this season? I'm going to make another video as well about a possible spinoff of Vikings, what I personally like to see. And we all know we're going to be getting one at some point. Do not know when. So once again, let me know what your guys' thoughts are about this, and I hope you guys are enjoying your day as well. Once again, let me know what your guys' thoughts are about this in the comments down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the very next video in the comment section down below. See you later.